Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am Screen Scene Guru. Today I'll be doing some movie discussion news, and I'll also be going into my notes. So starting off, as you can tell from the thumbnail, I have seen Alex Garland and Ray Mendoza, who was the vet who helped inspire the film Warfare. Very great film, I highly recommend. I think it's one of the best war films of the year we've gotten. I did get the physical media copy from A24 with the cardboard slipcase, a little bit of information at the top right there, which I like that, very compact. Kind of slide out this box. I think it goes on the other side. It's very awesome art cover. Here's the inside. And it also comes with some art cards as well. I've shown the box off before on the channel, but this is my full review for the movie. Checking out some of these cards. The kids in the platoon, the Navy SEALs that are deployed. Makes it a lot more impactful after you've seen the film, of course. Got some pretty big standout stars like Will Poulter in here. He was great. I really liked his performance. Also, I believe this is the dude they've got to star in the new Rocky, I Am Rocky biopic. I think that might be him, or they've got him for another big role. That might be the dude they have for Scarface, I think, because they are rebooting both of those projects. So very interesting stuff there. The art cards for the project, of course, really cool stuff, and they pay an homage to the soldiers that went over in Afghanistan. Going into the movie, I've got IMDb pulled up real quick. A platoon of Navy SEALs embark on a dangerous mission in Ramadan, Iraq, with the chaos of brotherhood of war retold through memories of the event. So very interesting stuff there. These are cards back in the box. Slide it back in. But yeah, this is probably my second A24 disc I've picked up, because I've also gotten Death of the Unicorn as well, and I've watched that. But I really like this film. Big fan of Alex Garland after he did Civil War. I've done a video on that. Going into the, it's a docudrama. It's an epic period drama, war epic. So if you guys like those, it's shot kind of first person from the memories of these Iraq soldiers. It says it's on Disney Plus, Hulu, and Max. I got the physical copy of it from A24. So, and I think I bought this at either Walmart or it might have been at Barnes & Noble. So very cool pick out from the A24 collection. Like I said, they have a bit of information up at the top towards the side, so you don't cover too much of the image. But really cool movie. Highly recommend. Going into some of the cast real quick, I do want to mention, because this is a stacked cast, they had Joseph Quinn, Cosmo Jarvis from the Hulu series Shogun, which I really have to get caught up on. They also got Alex Bronkoff, so he was in it. Finn Burnett, very interesting stuff here. And Will Poulter, of course. All of them were standout roles. It's funny to see Joseph Quinn killing it this year in Fantastic Four. He was in a bunch of stuff, it seems like, all of a sudden. And there's even been a rumor that Eddie Munson might come back for Stranger Things. The actor said there's no plans for him returning. So it got a lot of people hyped for nothing. But I did like Deepasha Wu Atra. who plays Ray in the film. A lot of interesting stuff with the young medics, the young kids don't really know how to give morphine to the older soldiers. A lot of graphic legs getting blown up in the film. If you guys are offended by wartime horror stuff like that, but it's very good for educational purposes. Seems like A24 built this whole neighborhood to shoot it and recreate the memories of the soldiers. It was R-rated, of course. Came out in 2025. It's an hour and 35 minutes. So it's not too long. It's a shorter indie pick. Real quick, I do want to look up how much did Warfare make? How much did Warfare make? $2025. Let's see. The global arms, military service, industrial generated approximately $632 billion in revenues in 2023. Global military. Yeah. I ask how much did Warfare, the actual film, make? Film movie make. 2025, the film Warfare earned a total approximately $33.6 million worldwide at the box office, including domestic gross of $26 million, international gross roughly $7.6 million. The film opened with an $8.3 million over the weekend. It has reportedly $20 million production budget. So total worldwide, it was $33.6 million off of $20 million. So it made a little bit of money back. Not that much money back, but it made more than it cost domestically in U.S. and Canada, with the international results helping it. But production was $20 million. And you can tell from the film. They even go into the aspects of government property and, back during the Iraq War. They weren't allowed to leave any of their tools or equipment behind. So after they were blown up and attacked by the jihadists, they were having to go back in there to get hammers and random equipment, bags of equipment, so they weren't taken by the enemy. Real stuff. So that was very interesting to see from this film. I think Alex Garland is really killing it in his directorial stuff, because he is responsible for, of course, Scream 6, which I haven't seen yet, but Ex Machina, Men, Civil War, Annihilation. I watched Annihilation, so I'm a really big fan of that. What else is he known for? Yeah, they only give him credit on 28 Years Later, so he wrote some of 28 Years Later. Haven't seen that yet either. Devs, Devil May Cry, yeah. So yeah, he's done a lot of interesting stuff. Dread with Carl Urban from 2012. He did that. So a lot of awesome stuff. But yeah, Alex Garland, writer, producer, director. I wonder if he's going to come back to be part of this 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple. I think there's a lady producing that one. So it's kind of interesting that Alex Garland helped Danny Boyle write it. But yeah, that's fascinating. And especially with this Warfare film. So he had 2 films out this year, Warfare and 28 Years Later, which is freaking fantastic. Going into some movie notes real quick, guys, before I leave you, ladies and gentlemen. Warner Brothers is officially up for sale. I'm going to discuss that a little bit more in another video. The Duffer Brothers, I talked about this a few weeks ago, the creators of Stranger Things, have a theatrical contract with Netflix to play the last episode of Stranger Things over the Christmas, New Year's holiday in theaters for a limited 2 days. So they did get that contract signed with Netflix, but Unfortunately, Netflix wouldn't put the whole season out, of course. They just put the finale. And that's led the Duffer Brothers to go over to Paramount Plus, working with the Ellisons, to have a theatrical release window. They can make more projects and be put out in the theaters like they want. Sadie Sink, reportedly is going to be a Punisher sidekick, and that's going to be going after the Hulk, because the Hulk wrecked her wedding night, or wedding day. Very interesting bloody photos of Mark Ruffalo have been seen, and we've been questioning what this is about. Maybe they've taken away his Hulk ability, his ability to transform, and now they're trying to kill him in his human form. So very interesting stuff there. From the set of Spider-Man Brand New Day, we've also heard a rumor that Peter Parker, Tom Holland's Peter Parker, will not be in Avengers Doomsday. That's very fascinating. But it does leave open the possibility for another Spider-Man, such as Andrew Garfield, or possibly even Tobey Maguire Spider-Man could possibly show up as well. James Gunn addressed in an interview with New Rockstars that Darkseid is not going to be the main villain, at least not yet. So that's very fascinating as well. Our first looks at a Green Lantern hat has hit the internet, with a lot of people speculating what the rings inside the Green Lantern symbol could mean. I think it's going to be something simple as, lantern glass or something like that. I don't think it's really setting up or giving away any major cameo or villain like Green Arrow showing up. I think this is just simple marketing that people are just blowing up and running with. A Lando series has been talked about for years. I talked about this on the channel when Mandalorian first started. That I wasn't too sure about the Disney Plus shows and where they were going to go if they didn't have that adult tone and feeling. This Lando series has since been turned into a movie, but I guess Childish Gambino has bad health. He doesn't have a clean bill of health yet. He's been recovering for years after a surgery. They didn't really go much into it in this article I've read, but he's now apparently doing well. He's been at live music events and he's been traveling, so Disney is interested in Marvel, Star Wars, Lucasfilm, in filming a Lando movie now. They've taken the TV series, and they're going to make it a movie, much like Moana 2 and other projects they've done with that. So that sounds very good, similar to what they're doing with Mandalorian and Grogu. They're making the final season a motion picture, which I think is very good. Then, of course, Adam Driver discussed that he was in talks to come back and do a Search for Ben Solo film, and Lucasfilm apparently didn't contact him back to do another project with Steven Soderbergh even, which that kind of sounds like an interesting director to bring on to a project. It sounded like they had a plan, a vision, that Kathleen Kennedy or the powers that be at Lucasfilm didn't want to go ahead with. So that was a bit sad to hear recently. But we have heard that the Rey film is going forward with. Moving on from there, I think that's pretty much all the movie news we heard lately. We know Frankenstein is going to be playing in theaters very soon. Guillermo del Toro, Frankenstein. I'm going to be doing a review on Ghost Adventures. It's going to be coming out to the channel, so be sure to keep an eye out for that. But until next time, guys, I am signing off. Have a good one, and be sure to support the channel by liking the video, commenting what you think on all the channel updates and stuff, and let me know by subscribing to Instagram, TikTok, and Threads @SceneScreenGuru. Till then, bye bye.